The biggest killing today is truth. That's what we're killing today. We're killing it with our emotions and feelings. We don't want to hear it. And manipulation is at the core of it. How is it affecting you and your future? Stay tuned. Let's find out.
Life is not about you living in the past. It's not about you living in fear. It's about your dreams. It's about what you believe. Life is about you choosing your future.
Lessons for the future begin here.
Hey, welcome to the Choosing Your Future podcast. I'm Charles, and hey, thank you for listening. We are really grateful. We got people listening all over the United States. We got people listening in other countries, and we are grateful for that, and we want you to keep listening. Hey, do us a favor. Check out the website, choosingyourfuture.org. You can visit us on social media. Let us know how you like it. Share the episodes with somebody. And again, make a comment. Let us know you like the episodes. And again, thank you so much for listening. It's very humbling. Let's get into this part 4 series of the mass murder of truth, because that's what's happening. Every day there is multiple murders happening. And it's really not necessarily the murder physically as much as it is logic or logically, with wisdom, with knowledge, with truth. And we are, as people, using the weapons of manipulations as tools to kill the truth. Why? Because our emotions are so invested in something that may not be true. And as a result of this, it's affecting society. You have to remember, when we are emotionally led and not logic and reasoning led, what begins to happen is we start killing the truth. And when we start killing truth, what begins to happen is we become a society of lawlessness. We become a society of no truth, no logic, no reason, no wisdom, no understanding, and we are just emotionally led. If everybody did what they felt like they wanted to do, this world would be in chaos. And you say that's impossible. Well, unfortunately, it's starting to happen. When you hear people say things like, I don't care what the facts are, this is what I feel. Okay? That's when things get dangerous. Okay? And you and I, believe it or not, we are this way, and the first thing comes to mind is politics, of course. But we're this way in religion. We're this way in our families. There's just things we just don't want. We want to, hey, stick our head in the sand, totally ignore, but this is what I feel. And you know, we're just going to just live a life of denial because our feelings feel otherwise. And that creates a lot of chaos, okay? And so what we're going to do today is we're going to look at how manipulation plays a huge part in causing us to not receive truth and let our emotions get out of control. You know, we left off with talking about, how religion and politics and family, our emotions can be so invested we don't want to hear the truth about certain things. And I left off with this scripture in Proverbs chapter 2, verse 10. It says, when wisdom comes into your heart and knowledge shall be pleasant to your soul. Now listen to that. Wisdom comes in your heart and knowledge is pleasant to your soul. Not the emotions, not the feelings, but wisdom and knowledge. When wisdom comes in your heart, knowledge will be pleasant to your soul, your life, your emotions, everything about you. Then thought shall watch over you. Reasoning shall watch over you. You'll begin to think better about what's in front of you, not feel better about what's in front of you. And discretion shall guard you, your life. It'll guard you throughout your life. Not your feelings, discretion. Discretion built around what? Built around the understanding, built around knowledge, and built around wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing, not your feelings, not your emotions. okay? And this is important to understand because without it, we're a culture, a society, humanity will live lawlessly. Now, let's look at that for just a minute because manipulation is the core for people who follow their emotions rather than logic and reasoning. And let me explain this. There are many tools that manipulate the emotion to override facts and truth, okay? There are many tools that do this, that manipulation uses. One is fear. I'm afraid of the truth. So it's better to feel this way. I don't want. I have a fear of what the truth is, because what I feel is better than what the truth may be. So fear is a huge manipulator in keeping people from listening to truth. You probably know somebody. You may be somebody. I know I've been that way with certain, man, I'm afraid of the truth on this matter. But regardless, I've got to know the truth on this matter, no matter what the outcome may be, because truth is better than believing a lie. Okay? Another reason is anger. Okay? We have a tendency to fear the truth because of anger issues. We're afraid to tell the truth because we're afraid somebody might get angry with us because they're so invested emotionally in something. So anger can keep you from telling the truth, but anger can also keep you from receiving truth. If your emotions are so tied up in what you believe, and you have a tendency to get angry about things very quickly, it will keep you from seeing, knowing the truth, no matter what it is. Your anger has blinded you. Your anger has caused you not to listen. Okay? Hurts. That's another one. Hurts have a tendency. We're afraid we're going to get hurt, which kind of goes back to fear. But hurts, if we've been hurt in the past by the truth, it's just better just to, or we're afraid it's going to hurt. Here's another one, power. There's a lot of religions out there today that have been in control over people, not by truth, but because of power, and the wrong kind of power. They've manipulated people with this power, and they've manipulated their feelings, and they manipulated their emotions to make them think and believe certain things, yet there was no truth to them. I kind of like, it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. You remember that? And how the Wizard of Oz, the Great Oz, everybody feared the Great Oz. They had this emotion, towards the Great Oz. And then when they found out the Great Oz wasn't the Great Oz after all, everybody kind of had a letdown there. Religion does that. Hey, politics does that. There's more fear-mongering in the emotions. And the thing about it is, some of this stuff ain't even true. And then the next thing you know, we're a society that's built around false lies because we're playing on the emotions of people. Relationships, same way. People use power trips, over people. Here's another one. A sense of loss or losing something. You're manipulated in the fact that you may lose something if you find out the truth. But if you, and what's crazy is you think you have that something now, but you don't have it at all. It's like a bad relationship where somebody's really, abusive or cheating on somebody, and you think, well, as long as I just ignore the truth, I still have them anyway. No, you don't. You don't even have them now. Their heart isn't in you. It doesn't belong to you. Your heart may belong to them, but you love them, but they don't love you back. And so the reality is, the truth is, they're not even there to begin with. So we can be manipulated in not wanting the truth in our lives. Here's one more: shame. And what that means is, I've lived this feeling for so long that I'm afraid to admit the truth because I don't want shame on my life. Well, you know what? You're still believing the lie, and people know it. So you might as well just, take a little humble pie. And you know what? Here's the problem. There's a misunderstanding. When people come to a place of logic and knowledge of truth, it sets people free. And the emotions of worrying about what people think shouldn't matter when you're in the pursuit of truth. In other words, let go of the shame. Go ahead and admit it. I was wrong. I was emotionally invested in this. This is what the truth is. I accept the truth for what it is. I'm moving forward in life. That's the way it should be. And if people who are guiding you to truth are really living in some kind of truth, they're not going to put you down, okay? They're going to embrace you. It's people who live by their emotions are the people who constantly put you down. It's not the people living in a truth. Truth will always win, not emotionalism. Because emotions change. Truth doesn't. There's been a lot of people falsely accused because of emotions and anger. I love Westerns. I love, and I've seen many of Westerns or any kind of movie you've seen, I'm sure, that deal with crime. And people are falsely accused, and especially in the Westerns, let's hang them now. They stole the horse, but they didn't steal a horse. But the anger was so there. Or they shot the sheriff. Let's hang them now. The emotion was there. And they would always say, no, let's wait for the marshal to come in town and let's give him a fair trial. See, there was emotions involved and the anger was involved and all these things were involved. And so they wanted to hang the guy that didn't even do it. See, emotions will cause you to literally be more judgmental. When we think the people who are telling us the truth are being judgmental, it's actually the opposite. That's what happens when you're so emotionally invested in your belief without logic and reasoning. You're actually the person doing the very thing that you think these other people are doing. But you can't see it, you can't hear it, you're oblivious because you've created this world of emotions and it's manipulating your life. And so the people of truth are trying to get you to see, because here's one thing I can guarantee you: truth is about love and love is about truth. Where there's truth, there's love. And where there's love, there's truth. I'm going to tell you the truth because I care about you. I love you. I don't want to see you going down a wrong path. But when we say, I don't care about the facts, I don't care about what the truth is, this is what I feel and I believe, what you're saying is, I don't care about you. I don't even care about myself. That's what you're saying. And you're like the angry mob that's out there trying to hang somebody for something that they didn't do. When in reality, what you really were trying to do in the very beginning is save somebody. Always remember this: your emotions can keep you in bondage if you're not careful. But the truth, and the scripture says this, will always make you free. It will set you free, literally, because there's peace in truth.
Thank you for listening to the Choosing Your Future podcast. For more information, please visit choosingyourfuture.org. That's choosingyourfuture.org.